The test that the president has to pass is to prove that he is unifying the whole country. His legacy will be that he unified country. And if he's unifying country, he should be able to patch everybody together. We understand that the president needed a working and cohesive government. And so because William Samoei Ruto, his DP, and his comrades decided to misinterpret his tapes and followed a different path, imagining that all this was about him. Now that the dust has been settled, the president would need to forgive the hustler. He would need to understand that kids from the ghetto have a certain habit and mannerism that whenever they find their way to the high table, they will fill their plate as if it's not a buffet. You will wonder whether they understand that a buffet is a meal where you can go pick this piece, go eat, and go back. There is I really mean it. The president will have to understand that the hustler does not know the meaning of power. He still has the mannerism of the ghetto. He is not harmful. He is not a bad guy after all. He is just a ghetto hustler who got access to the echelons of power and is just an inch short to the president. It is the kind of guy who buys the fast car and drives around in high speed just to prove that he bought a car. It is the kind of a guy who manages to build a hustler's mansion and he has to show it off. It is the kind of a guy who gets access to power, and like he said in his own words in the previous prayer breakfast, and he said that, you know what, when I heard that Mzee Kenyatta was dead, I thought it was the end of the world. I rushed home with kettle. I thought the world was coming to an end. Come on, that's just a kid from the village. It's just a kid from the ghetto, a ghetto hustler, and he is showing his ghetto mannerism. His heart is not as bad as you think. Guys, he said in his own words and said that you can look, the guy who was herding cattle and the son of the president, I was imagining his death has brought the world to an end, can now sit on the same table. This is just a young man who has come from the village and is a ghetto hustler and has found his way on the main table. At this point in time, he does not understand what it means to be presidential. He has never been presidential, has never really learned the art of being presidential, but I believe that he is learning the topic today. One of the things that the president will have to do is to show mercy on his deputy, and just understand like a father would, just understand like a big boy who has been presidential all this time as a son and now as president, and show an olive branch either directly by himself or through proxy, or wait for that day when the DP will come knocking and say, hey boss, I think I misread your steps, but how about we bury that hatchet the same way we did it before? And I know it's going to happen. If it happened in 2012 heading into 2013, it can happen again, and it's going to happen. Uhuru and Ruto have everything that it takes to patch together. Unity. The president will have to unify the entire country.